Welcome back to Trash Man MMA. It's yours truly, the Trash Man, and we're going over a fight card recap of Carlos Ulberg versus Dominick Reyes. Holy shit, this was one of the most cards of all time. All right, let's get right into it, man. Fucking sad, bro. I'm so fucking sad, bro. We were supposed to be back. This was it. This was like, we're so fucking back, man. Fuck. We got knocked out and handled by Carlos Ulberg in the first round with 30 seconds to go left. Fuck, man. We'll get into that one last, man. But there were some good scraps on this card, some entertaining finishes. Jimmy Crew got one. Jack Jenkins versus Tavares. It was alright. It was a fight. Jake Matthews versus Neil Magny, bro. Neil Magny, honestly, people talk about who should be on the fucking Mount Rushmore of MMA, bro. The slap Neil Magny on that thing, bro. Most wins in the welterweight history and counting, and the most takedowns in welterweight history. Come on, bro. We're literally passing these boys up. Kamaru Usman, who? GSP, who? Come on, man. It's Neil Magny in the building. Nolan Campbell. Yeah, we'll get into all this shit, man. We'll get on into it later. But starting off with the first fight of the night, Luma Lukbumi versus, hold on, I'm a burp, Alexa Thinaria. Yeah, man. This was just simply somehow, bro. Like, I don't know why so many people go to Thailand, bro. Like, when I found out this was the only fighter from Thailand, I was like, or Taiwan, whatever the fuck, bro, same shit. I was like, why the fuck do people go there? It's like, I get it, they do Muay Thai, but like, bro, like, where are the MMA fighters that they're producing, bro? But I guess they go for strictly the martial, whatever, dude. But Luma Lookboomy was getting out-elbowed by Alexa Thinaria, bro. It's plain and simple, man. Luma Lookboomy got dropped in the first round by a swift right elbow by Alexa Thinaria. And it was just that. Alexa Thinaria would either drop Luma Lookboomy or she'd get a takedown and control her for the majority of the round and land good strikes, land some heavy elbows, have some nice sub attempts, and it was just, fairly simple, like rinse and repeat. On to the next. I got that pick right. Brando Parakick versus Alicia Ellison. I went for Brando Parakick for the simple fact that he was the countryman. He would have all the benefits that Alicia wouldn't have going to a different country, and I was right, man. Brando Parakick kind of just slumped Alicia Ellison out cold in the first round. But Alicia Ellison, bro, he kind of had some dog in him, not gonna lie. Like, he was taking some of those shots, like in a lot of those exchanges before he got put brutally out cold. He was like showing his dog, man. Like, some of those elbows up against the fence, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. If Tai Tuivasa was in Alicia Ellison's shoes, he would have gone out cold in one of the first exchanges. At least Ellison made it to like damn near 2 minutes into the fight, bro. Tai Tuivasa wasn't making it that far in, bro. Tai Tuivasa gets slumped out cold within, like, I don't know, 30 seconds within the first exchange. But good job for Brando Parakick. People are saying, oh, wow, we have a new heavyweight prospect. Shut the fuck up. Every time a fat fucking heavyweight wins, you call him a prospect and then they get slumped out cold. Fuck off, bro. Brando Parakick ain't nothing to scoff at. On to the next. I'm 2-0 as of now. Michelle Montagu versus Lua Carolina. I didn't watch this fight. I think I was in the shower during this fight. Michelle Montagu, though, wins. She's a training partner of Kayla fucking Harrison, man. Lighter women skill doesn't prevail. Anyways, 2-0. I got that pick wrong. On to the next. Kobe Thickness versus Josiah Musasa. Kobe Thickness, man. I don't know what the fuck was going on with this fight, man. This fight was so weird. In my opinion, Kobe Thickness did win. I know some people are saying, "Oh, Musasa won." I don't know, bro. I was throwing back some fucking Coors banquets with the bros, man. I wasn't fucking paying too deep attention to Kobe Thickness and Josiah Musasa, both who are 0-1 in the UFC, bro. My fucking bad. But Kobe Thickness, it was weird. Kobe Thickness, I don't know what was going on, man. Kobe Thickness at every exchange literally looked like he was one shot away from being knocked the fuck out. I don't know what it is with Musasa, bro. Maybe this guy is actually more dangerous than we think. But every exchange, every low kick, every jab, Kobe Thickness would quite literally stumble across the fucking cage. He would go from one end all the way to the other, just fucking stumbling, trying to get his feet underneath him. Every low kick, I was like, bro, that was like a simple light low kick. You train with Volk. Surely you know what a low kick is. Surely, why are you getting tossed around and thrown around like a rag doll to a fucking low kick? It was weird. I don't know, man. Bro, if he was not compromised going into this fight, this kid's not going anywhere. I'm sure he was compromised because not only was his performance extremely lackluster, he looked 10 times better against Alessandro Topuria, but he was also in his home country, so maybe he felt some sort of need to, bro, I can't pull out. It's in front of my town, bro, my family, you know. Maybe there's some of that going on, which I can definitely see, but man, what an odd showing for Kobe Thickness. And Josiah Musasa kind of just shows that he's technically not there. Those 7 wins by knockout are really showing that he just doesn't really have the technical ability and know-how to really deal with the, Kobe Thicknesses and fucking Jose Vergara's or whatever the fuck he got head kicked and lost to, bro. But Kobe Thickness, man, literally had a mounted triangle at the beginning of the end of the first round. It was insane. I was so hyped. I wish he would have finished them in that first round, and it almost looked like he was going to. He was landing some good, just hammer fists and shots right on the dome skis of Josiah Musasa. But in the second round, Musasa started coming back and really, putting the leather on Kobe Thickness and busting his face up. I think he, busted his nose open or something like that had Kobe Thickness bleeding a lot. And Josiah Musasa gets, I think, low-blowed in the third round and whatnot, and then he asks to piss in a bucket. But, yeah, this ain't the Congo, low, bro. We in the octagon. Nah, but I always wonder about that, too. On to the next, though. Kobe Thickness gets it done. I'm 3-1. Jamie Mullarkey versus Rolando Bedoya. I have no idea why people were actually picking Rolando Bedoya to win. I genuinely have no clue. Why the fuck were you picking Rolando Bedoya to win? People saw 0-3 Rolando Bedoya and Jamie Mullarkey 5-6. And thought, oh yeah, Bedoya is actually gonna win, bro. Jamie Mullarkey loses to Benoit Saint-Denis and fucking what's that kid's name? Mauricio Rufy. He doesn't lose to the Rolando Bedoyas, bro. Plain and simple. Jamie Mullarkey was kind of ragdolling him in the first round, then a competitive second round, and then he was kind of just getting the shit beat out of him in the third round. He's getting his head popped back by Rolando. But Rolando Bedoya goes to 0-4 in the UFC. Cut him now, please. Jamie Mullarkey moves up to 6-6, 50-50 record, man. On to the next fight. I think it was 4-2, whatever. Cam Roston versus Andre Petroski. Cam Roston just knocks out Andre Petroski. I mean, I can't even really complain too much about this one either because, Andre Petroski doesn't make any attempts to grapple, but Cam Roston just lands a picture-perfect shot. I think it's a left hand. No, it's a right hand. Excuse me. Damn, sorry. Cam Roston just lands a picture-perfect right hand right on the temple of Andre Petroski and kind of just sets him down. Follows up with some ground and pound shots, just kind of not picture-perfect, but good enough to put him out. And I believe he actually does put Andre Petroski out cold with the follow-up shots. But it was just disappointing to see Andre Petroski not really make any attempts to grapple. This was a fight I wasn't paying attention too hard to, but I was kind of a little semi-conscious during this fight, if I'm going to keep it a buck with you. All I really seen was Cam Roston connect with a good right hand right on the temple and just put Andre Petroski out cold. And I was like, well, fuck me. There goes my fucking pick. But Cam Roston gets it done. Gets out-wrestled by fucking Torres Finney. and Andre Petroski makes absolutely no attempts to grapple. On to the next, on to the headliner of the prelims, Navajo Sterling versus Rodolfo Bellato. I'm maintaining this stance to the day I die. I don't think Navajo Sterling is all that good, bro. He was slugging in the pocket at the end of the first round. He was making it interesting and entertaining, but other than that, it was kind of just like, I don't know, bro. I don't think this kid is that good. Like, no shot you're going to, like, this type of decision with Rodolfo Bellato. You know what I'm saying? Victor Petrino slumped this guy out cold twice. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't do it? Twice. He did it twice. You couldn't do it once, bro? You took, let me get this straight. You took Rodolfo Bellato, who's 1-1-1-1 in the UFC. You heard that right. One win, one win, one draw, one no contest, and one loss. You took that guy to a decision? You couldn't beat the brakes off that guy? You couldn't finish this kid, bro? This is just what I'm saying, bro. Navajo Sterling is just a different color. He's just a reskin of Ansur Abdul Malik, bro. Both just like bitches. Not bitches, but just like unimpressive, bro. They're undefeated. They're undefeated but unimpressive, man. I'm not impressed with your performance. Navajo Sterling gets it done, though. I think it was like a 30-27, man. Whatever. On to the next. Tom Nolan versus Charlie Campbell. Ooh, man. I was getting a little scared. I think Charlie Campbell hurt Tom Nolan at one point in time really badly. And I started getting scared because this is when I started betting with my homie's dad. We're putting like 5 on each fight. So I put 5 on Nolan. He put 5 on Campbell. So this is when I started I was like, oh man, I'm nervous. But Tom Nolan gets it done, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna yawn. Whoa. Tom Nolan gets it done. I forget the exact sequence that goes down, but they're going blow for blow on the feet. I'm a little worried for Tom Nolan. I do believe Charlie Campbell is really good. This was his first loss in the UFC, and it was kind of in devastating fashion. But I thought with him taking this fight on short notice, I thought he was like, I don't know, when a fighter makes a decision like this, it's either really fucking stupid, but like, it makes me like almost worried in a way, because it's like, why are you so confident in yourself? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, what do you know that we don't? Like, why are you taking this fight that is clearly not in your favor? Like, what are you doing here? So it made me a little suspicious. It made me a little worried. Maybe there was something going on with Charlie Campbell. Maybe he was locked in that we didn't really know. But Tom Nolan puts him down and then gets the rear naked choke off on him. Kind of didn't look like didn't look too cinched in, but I mean, he gets the tap either way. And I believe it was towards the end of the first round with a minute to go. Tom Nolan gets it done, man. Good job, man. Good job, Nolan. On to the next. Jake fucking Matthews versus Neil Magny. Hey, bro. I am the biggest Neil Magny glazer you will ever run into. I fucking love Neil Magny. Fuck Anderson Silva. Fuck John Jones. Fuck DJ, bro. Put Neil Magny on the fucking Mount Rushmore of MMA, dude. Bro, he deserves it, bro. What are you talking about? The most wins and takedowns in welterweight history, bro. You're trolling. This kid's a GOAT. Jake Matthews, though, man, he can't beat 36-year-old Neil Magny. I genuinely thought that he could. And it wasn't even because I was like hate picking Neil Magny or it's like, oh, Neil Magny's old, he's washed. Nah, it's just because he had the picture perfect like step up fight for Neil Magny. He fought Chidi Njochukwu, who was like a 6'3", long, tall, rangy striker. But I guess I didn't really take into account the fact that Kennedy or Chidi or whatever his name is, I think it's Chidi, he doesn't really have a ground game like that. He's just kind of a strictly striker. So once you get him on the ground, he's kind of just a baby. But Neil Magny is actually a very well-rounded grappler when he's on bottom and on top. So I didn't really take into account that, well, I thought Jake Matthews was going to be able to put him down at first. And now first, I am disappointed that Jake Matthews couldn't at least get one drop off Neil Magny. That is very telling. You can't hurt Neil Magny at all on the feet This kid's been hurt like 4 fights in a row, and you're telling me you can't do anything with it? There's not one moment in the fight where you have an ounce of success on the feet. Neil Magny's just jabbing your fucking face off. Yeah, Jake Matthews did okay with the low kicks and okay at times in the clinch, but like, I don't know, bro. He kind of just beat Neil Magny for those first 2 rounds, and then just stopped. He just said, "Nah, bro. Neil Magny, hey, bro, comeback time, eh?" But there was a little iffy thing at the end of the first round. The judge literally stepped in a second before the bell sounded. A whole lot of controversial with that, and then he kind of just like, "No, bro, I didn't really do anything. I didn't do anything. Continue." So I actually hear Jake Matthews and his team is going to, dude, this is just like the ultimate bitch move. And this is like the ultimate, like, I'm salty as fuck that I lost. His team is going to try and overturn that loss because of what happened at the end of the first round. He said that the fight shouldn't have continued. Oh, we got it again. Oh. He says that the fight shouldn't have continued because it should have been stopped at the end of the first round. Nah, that's just trolls, man. Like, I don't disagree with them, but like, you're so salty about your loss, and you're like, bro, we seen you lose though, bro. Like we seen you lose. Like, we don't care if you get it overturned, bro. We saw you get, what was it, a Darce? We saw you get fucking Darce choked by Neil Magny just out cold though, bro. We saw you tap. Like, I don't give a fuck what happened at the end of the first round with 1 second to go left where Neil Magny himself didn't tap. Okay, the ref stepped in, but guess what? Neil Magny was still awake, and he still never tapped. You tapped! You tapped! Yeah, alright, Jake Matthews is a troll, man. Neil Magny's back, though. Neil Magny is back on a 2-fight win streak. I never thought I'd see the day. I'm so happy. On to the next fight, Jack Jenkins versus Ramon Tavares. Yeah, this was one of those fights, man. This was one of those fights, man. Yeah, man. Aussie casuals were going crazy for this fight, man. Jack Jenkins out there, man. You know? He was out there putting that piece on him. Whipping those high kicks, man. No, I'm joking, but yeah, he was kind of just whipping some high kicks out there. He hurt Ramon Tavares a few times with the high kicks. I'm surprised he didn't not lead more, but I'm surprised he didn't, like, after the high kicks, I don't know, just go to just like a nasty oblique stomp. You know what I'm saying? Or just something not to the head. Like, after you launch 5 high kicks in a row, guess what? After you launch 5 high kicks in a row and Ramon gets hurt to the head, he's probably going to start blocking his head. Like, he's probably going to start blocking his fucking head, kid. So at that point, that's when you start fucking not chopping the low kicks, but that's when you could go a fucking front kick, you know? That's where you go a teep to the body or body kick. Or just like an oblique stomp. That's where you attack the other parts of the body. When you absolutely know for certain, if you threaten anything with your fucking legs, he will shell up to his head. Or maybe you could have, I don't know. I don't know if Jack Jenkins has the dexterity for it, but a question mark kick in a situation like that would have been kind of brutal. Because if he would have whipped the head kicks like he was, and then he would have started working to the body, he would have picked his knee up in front of him. Ramon Tavares would have thought he would have, been going to the body. If it's right directly in front of him, picking his knee up forward, he was like, "Oh shit, that's that front kick. That's that teep. Let me block that shit." Turn it into a question mark kick. That's when you swoop him on the side of the head after he's already hurt. But Jack Jenkins gets it done, man. I think it was like a 30-27. It was an okay fight. It was whatever. There's really nothing to write home. I don't think Jack Jenkins is all that good, bro. It took you 3 rounds to beat fucking Herbert, whatever his freaking name is. What's his name? Not Gilbert Burns, Herbert Burns. It took you 3 rounds to finish Herbert Burns, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. Anyways, Jimmy Crute versus Ivan Erslan. Dude, this was genuinely, if Ivan Erslan was a few shades darker, man, this would be one of the most brutal racism chokes of all time. This was worse. This was more brutal and racist than Shavkat Rachmanov against Jeff Neal, bro. Motherfuckers want to call that a standing racism choke. This was actually just like, oh my gosh, he's actually just like, this is just racism. Like, I don't know even what to call it. This is just pure, like, little broing. This is bullying. This is like going to a schoolyard and just like picking on the smallest kid. Like, he grabs them. I don't even know. People are some people had the specific term down. I don't know it. Or Weasel in Bedtime. They had the exact name. I don't know the fucking exact name, bro. But he locked his hands. He was on top of Ivan Urslan. Urslan had his, belly down to the mat. Jimmy Crute was on him. He had his hooks in. He was on top of him, on his back. He postures up, like gets like a hook. I don't know how would you call it. Palms his hands. All right, bro. He palms his own fucking hands. He like locks them in, and then he just fully extends his arms and just like shoves his knuckles inside the neck of Ivan Urslan, right on the fucking Adam's apple, bro. And he's just like shoving like his literal just hands and knuckles right into the neck of Ivan. It was the most like comedic choke you've ever seen in your entire life. But I want to say that's never happened in the UFC, bro. I've never seen that done. I've never seen a highlight of that shit done, bro. Jimmy Crute might have been the first bloke to ever do it in the fucking UFC and in front of his home crowd in Australia against Ivan Urslan. That was an insane choke, bro. Jimmy Crute though gets it done. Ivan Urslan, he was also like 0-2, 0-3 in the UFC. Now he's like 0-3 or 0-4, one of the two. I don't know. Cut the kid. Nobody gives a fuck about Ivan Urslan, bro. The only reason people give a fuck about Ivan Urslan is because he sounds like Ibo Aslan. So they get him confused. But they're both shit. They're both shit fighters. But on to the main event. Carlos Ulberg versus Dominick Reyes. Man. I was so sad, bro. Not only sad because this was the fight that me and my homie's dad had to bet on. We went 50-50, so I bet 5 on Nolan. I won. He bet 5 on Magny. He won. I bet 5 on Jack. He won. He bet 5 on Jimmy Crute? No, wait, how did that go? I don't remember. Oh, he bet 5 on Campbell. I won. I bet 5 on Matthews. He won. He bet 5 on Jenkins. He won. I bet 5 on Crute. I won. And so this was the tiebreaker. We were evens on cash. We were breaking even. He got 2 right. I got 2 right. And this was the card. He went Ulberg. So not only did I lose $5, but I also had a bet with one of my other homies, $10. So I'm like up 5 right now, actually. Fuck, that doesn't fucking matter. Carlos Ulberg slumps out Dominick Reyes in the round 1, bro. That's what really matters. And I wanna get this out the way. There's gonna be a lot of people like motherfucking MMA guru. What's that guy? Kenny Okoye. They're gonna claim, yeah, man, I picked this fight perfectly on the dot, man. No, the fuck you didn't, bro. No, you didn't. Nobody in their right mind predicted Carlos Ulberg to actually be on the front foot. When we all saw Carlos Ulberg go on the front foot, we were like, holy shit, Dominick Reyes has a chance. We're like, holy fuck. Like Dominick Reyes on the back foot, like low key, he can like slump Carlos Ulberg out cold. But 30 seconds into the fight, I was like, damn, this fight can low key be boring as shit. But nobody predicted Carlos Ulberg to be on the front foot, man. Everybody who was predicting this fight, we knew that Carlos Ulberg was kind of just gonna be on the back foot, or at least so we thought. And so the fact that he came out off rip, honestly, like as soon as the bell rung, it wasn't even like a step back. Immediately went forward, and it was like never not going forward. It was Dominick Reyes who was forced to move back the entire time, and he didn't even move forward in the exchange. He didn't try to force something like a lot of people were saying. He was kind of just going with the flow. He was kind of just waiting, not throwing all too much, which is something that fucking Ramon Taveras was doing. That bro wasn't throwing at all. He would watch Jack Jenkins throw fucking 20 kicks at him and he wouldn't do shit. Dominick Reyes was doing the same. He would just watch. He wasn't really doing anything. Backing up a lot, and at that point in time, I feel like Carlos Ulberg kind of knew. It's like, all right, I'm just backing this kid up, and he's not really throwing anything except for weak low kicks. Let me just set something up real quick. And that's what it was. I believe it was a left hand under the guard of Dominick Reyes, pops his chin up in the air, and primes him perfectly for that right hook following, and just sets Dominick Reyes on the canvas. And now he wasn't out cold yet, but he definitely was stunned. But that picture perfect right hand follow up shot from Carlos Ulberg, that's the money maker. That's the one that put Dominick Reyes out. Slumps him out cold. Carlos Ulberg gets it done in the first round, man. I was genuinely so sad. Like, I was already falling asleep at this point in time because I had a long day. It was pretty late for me, but man, I was so sad. Like, I couldn't even look back at my friends. Like, I was watching this with the homies. I couldn't even look back. I was so shocked. I was so like hurt. Like, my heart dropped to my fucking knees, bro. If nobody was there, bro, I promise you, I would have dropped to my knees. I would have dropped to my hands and knees, put my head on the floor, and like I would have wept. I would have wept like a little baby. But everybody was there, so I had to be nonchalant and keep my cool type shit. Dominick Reyes doesn't get it done, man. I'm so sad about it. I was so heartbroken, man. So heartbroken. I went 8-4 on the card in total, which is not bad. Like, it's not good, but it's not bad. I really wish I would have went 9-3 or 10-2, but 8-4, I guess it's alright. So that's something. But there's only one ranked fight on this card, so I'm not going to do matchmaking. I'll just do it real quick right now for like the Neil Magny, and actually I'll just do it for the fucking main event. Yeah, Carlos Ulberg, title fight, bro. Title fight. If Alex Pereira loses, yeah, you do Carlos Ulberg versus Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed Ankalaev actually seems like he wants to be active. He's always talking about, oh, these guys don't want to fight me. They're the reason I'm not fighting. So let's put that to the test, man. If he gets this win handedly over Alex Pereira, bro, let's rebook Magomed Ankalaev. Not rebook, but let's book him again. Let's book him soon after over Carlos Ulberg. Get that shit out the way so that we have the winner of Yuri Prochazka and Khalil Roundtree Jr. waiting for the next shot. So if Magomed Ankalaev gets through Alex Pereira, make Carlos Ulberg versus Magomed Ankalaev. But if Alex Pereira wins, I'm sorry, but Ankalaev doesn't deserve an immediate rematch, even though Alex Pereira. If Carlos Ulberg wasn't there, yes, you would do the immediate rematch. You would do the trilogy with Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev. But if Magomed Ankalaev loses the rematch, then I think you do Carlos Ulberg versus Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev versus the winner of Yuri Prochazka and Khalil Roundtree Jr. That's what you do. So if Alex Pereira wins, Alex Pereira versus Carlos Ulberg for the championship. If Magomed Ankalaev wins, just book Carlos Ulberg versus Magomed. That's what you do. And for everything else, Neil Magny, man, I don't know. Neil Magny, that's 2-0. One against kind of a bum. The other against Jake Matthews, which is a relatively good win. I don't know what you want to do here, man. I really don't. Maybe you... I don't know. I don't know what you do here. There's nothing of substance here. There's nothing else to matchmake. There's literally nothing else to matchmake. I don't know, man. That's fucking it, dude. That's the fucking video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I went 8-4 on the card in total. I wonder. Let me know if you guys were as heartbroken to watch Dominick Reyes get slumped out cold in the first round as I was, man. I was fucking heartbroken. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be back. I'll make another video soon, or I'll make a prediction video soon. Follow my Instagram, TrashmanMMA. Follow my Twitter, TrashmanMMA. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, bro. And appreciate ya. I'll catch you in the next one, man.